Welcome back to Culture Reports. I'm your host, Yuki Berra. Each week we cover the stories shaping Penn State's culture, campus, and community. From breaking news to student life in the arts, our team brings you the news that is clear, timely, and connected to you. Today, we are covering several major stories that have sparked conversation across the Penn State community. So, let's begin with the protest that swept through campus last week. Dozens of anti-ICE protesters marched from campus towards the Nittany Lion Inn, where Penn State's Board of Trustees were staying for their meetings. Now, don't be mistaken, this wasn't just a small display. Protesters carried banners, chanted, and marched past classrooms, making their presence felt by students, staff, and trustees alike. The timing of the march, just before the trustees met, showed the group's determination to make their voices heard at the highest level. The Student Committee for Defense and Solidarity organized the march, demanding that the university cut ties with federal immigration enforcement. Now, sequentially, this ties into a much larger picture beyond State College. The U.S. Department of State has so far revoked over 6,000 international visas this year over allegations that the students have overstayed their visas or broken laws. It is clear that members of the Penn State community are fighting for a cause that has ripple effects across the country, and is even more clear that they are not afraid to make people in power uncomfortable either. At the same time, across campus, students gathered in a different way. A candlelight vigil was held in honor of conservative activist Charlie Kirk on Old Main Lawn. Penn State College Republicans organized the event and said the vigil was a chance for dialogue and remembrance. The event reflected a larger question Penn State continues to grapple with: how the campus responds when national political figures face violence. For Tristan Kilgore, president of College Republicans, the vigil was a chance to stand in solidarity with Kirk's supporters. In a statement, he said, quote, "It's truly tragic and truly something that is beyond imagination for someone who's not even a politician," unquote. From student-led action to administrative decisions, Penn State leadership has also been in the spotlight. President Neeli Bendapudi recently received a 47% raise announced in the wake of the controversial campus closure decision. That increase boosted conversations to well over $1 million. Trustees argue the raise is necessary to remain competitive at the universities, so with tuition costs rising and budget cuts affecting programs, the raise has sparked frustration. However, the Board of Trustees has strongly defended their choice. In a statement, Board Chair David Kleppinger said, quote, "President Bendapudi has led the university to a balanced budget and more than $560 million through philanthropic commitments, while also continuing to strengthen the Penn State research enterprise and advance Penn State health, all with a laser-sharp focus on the core academic mission of Penn State," unquote. However, there is a singular board member who is against this raise. Anthony Labrana voices his disapproval in a statement made to Trib Live. Quote, "In light of the recent university announcements regarding campus closings, WPSU, as well as the uncertainty regarding the 2025-26 state budget, I do not believe we should consider a compensation increase at this time," unquote. Regardless, the story touches on more than just numbers. It's about trust. Students and staff are questioning whether leadership is truly prioritizing their needs or if financial decisions are being made at their expense. The raise has become a symbolic of a larger divide between Penn State administration and the community it serves. And finally, a major shift in Penn State's media landscape. Trustees have rejected a proposed transfer of ownership for WPSU, leading Penn State to announce plans to shut down the station. For decades, WPSU, a national public radio affiliate, has served Central Pennsylvania with public radio and TV programming. Now, with its close on the horizon, it raises a few questions. One, what happened to the students who relied on it for hands-on media training? And two, what does the loss of a trusted community voice mean for the region? The shutdown underscores the challenges public media faces nationwide: declining funding, shifting priorities, and the constant struggle to prove its value in the digital age. For Penn State, it also raises the kind of issue of what kind of media opportunities the university will offer students moving forward. From marches and vigils to leadership decisions and media shutdowns, it's clear Penn State is in the middle of defining moments, both politically and culturally. That's all for this edition of Culture Reports. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check back for more great content.